All right. Hello. It's We&Co Wednesday.
Hey everybody.
Made it to another one. It's exciting. This is our 7th episode. I mean, that's exciting for us. Uh, for anybody who's new or watching this later, I'm Jordan. Let me do that first. Last week, we forgot to introduce ourselves. Anybody who doesn't know us, my name's Jordan Wormley, and this is my fabulous co-host.
Oh, I thought you were going to say my name.
No.
Shelby Wormley.
If you know her, you love her. And if you don't know her, you're about to love her. I'm excited to be sitting here with you today because it's just always a special time when we get to come on here and talk to people about these stories that we get to capture and now we get to share. So this is a part of our mission of sharing these stories. So we've been the last 4 years putting a lot of time and energy and creativity into crafting stories, and they get shared in various places through social media and at events and all of that, but we haven't always had the time and the ability to bring it directly to you all, the people who follow us day to day, who interact with us. So that's why this is always so special and so exciting to do. So
yeah, we just wanted to be more intentional about how we shared them because it's in our name, WeShareYourStories.com. But I was like, we could do a better job at sharing them. So that is really what today is all about, and We&Co Wednesdays are all about. And also for y'all to know a little bit about our story, our creative process, and why it is we do what we do. So we're excited to get into it today.
Yeah. Today is a very special day in general for the story that we're sharing. So really excited to tell you guys more about that. We are coming to you live here from the Red Rose City, Lancaster, PA at Photo Olay Studios. So you are joining us at the place we come and work out of every single day.
We're sitting at our office desk right now.
Before this, we were working. So we get to spin around and really bring you guys into our space, and we're excited to do that. So, where do we want to begin today? Well, first, how you doing? How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. People ask me often, well, daily. People are like, how are you doing? And when you have to decide, do you want to be honest about it? Or do you want to just say, oh, I'm good? So I have settled on this. When people ask me how I'm doing, I just say, I am doing my best every day. And I just feel like that encompasses everything. So
now some people want to hear that like, we need to talk. How you doing? But I like it. I think that's
some people can read
past
it. But to me responding that way means if I wanted to talk about it, I would. But just know that I'm doing my best every day. Okay. But send cute elephant videos and I don't know, chocolate if you want me. Like if you want to send me a pick me up.
Yeah.
But yeah, how about you?
I mean, I'm an old soul, so I've been saying I'm blessed and highly favored, because every day ain't good, but there's good in every day. Thanks, Uncle Frank.
Our Uncle Frank told us that.
So yeah, something good for you today? Let's do that, and then we'll get into it. I promise. We won't give you too long. Give
little
people
hey,
some time
little
to get
ho,
in.
little high, little low.
What's some good that happened for you today? Or actually, since last week, since it's been a
last week.
So one good thing, or two if you got it.
Well, a lot of good things. I mean, waking up is always good.
Amen.
So, waking up in your right mind. I would say, okay. So last Friday, I got to go bowling with my sister and. With Genesis Home and New Beginnings. It's a girls group home in York, and it was Family and Friends Day, and it's a group home that my sister owns and operates, and it was just cool getting out there, getting to go bowling, getting to know some of the girls there, and just spending quality time. So that was fun. Oh, but they can still hear us.
Yeah.
Oh. So this may or may not happen a couple times. We keep having this will keep happening. We have issues with this camera. So we won't be on too long. But anyway, yeah. So that was... No, you should flip it. So that way you can see when it cuts off.
It happens immediately. Oh, I can't tell you. It is one of those days. It is clearly one of those days where you know they're gonna try to get you, but they ain't gonna get us today. What do you mean? Maybe that's
Oh, bear with us for technical difficulties, but I'll just keep talking until he gets that together. Um, so anyway, that was the good in my day, and we're really excited to really get into talking about what our story for today. It's a very special one. Hmm. Maybe can we put some music on? I don't know what to talk about while you figure it out.
James, just talk about how much you love me.
This is We&Co Wednesday.
I
This
mean,
is not the Jordan
as
and
much
Shelby
as you
show.
love WE&Co and all the things that we've been able to do.
Well, I don't know. I'm not good at this.
Third time's a charm.
Okay, is it back?
It will
We might
be.
be coming back, y'all. Hold on. No. Hmm.
It says it is.
Hmm. Oh, there we go. It's back now. Is it the cord?
Not gonna show you guys my butt. I've learned. Oh, another week. Gotta love it.
Oh, thank you, Haley. You know, I should start doing like bedtime story videos.
Yeah, people do it. People definitely listen. If you
Hmm.
guys want to hear Shelby do some bedtime stories, just let
No.
us know. We'll start a whole nother podcast for that.
Okay. All right. So we're back. We're back. Let's just get into it before before they lose us again.
No,
Well, no,
that's
you were
fine.
supposed to talk about
Oh, my
what
good
was
thing?
what was your good thing?
Oh, my good thing, actually, I had a couple, but the one that I would definitely call out, got to shout out my guy Cy, who took me out doing some drone flying last Friday, which was a awesome gift from my partner over here. Uh, Looking forward to being able to fly drones on my own one day, but the first step to that is to learn.
Yeah.
So I got to sit down with one of Lancaster's finest drone flyers, maybe one of the country's finest drone flyers. I'm going to pipe him up a little bit because he is just that dope. And went over to Millersville and just got to see the beautiful landscape out there and capture some of the landscape and all that. And it was great. So I mean, I've been thinking about it ever since. We're gonna go back out. So if you see me out here just looking up, just know my guy Sci is somewhere near me, and we're flying. So check out Sci-Fi, and yeah,
Sci-Fly's drones.
sorry, Sci-Fi's drones and
Drone services.
for your drone services because he is the best.
And I just want to let you know that was a surprise birthday present that I organized for Jordan. His birthday was in February. So just putting that out there.
I am glad we waited though because it was much warmer. It was a
Yeah, it
much
was
better
nice.
day this past week than it was in February. So I loved it. It was great. But yeah, so that was my good thing. You guys, let us know, please, what your one good thing was or two good things, however you want to
Yes.
list. Let us know if something that's good
Tell us
happened to
something
you.
good.
All right, let's spread some joy today.
All right, well, let's hop into it.
And get into it. Do you want to introduce our feature for the day?
Yes. So if this is your first time joining We&Co, we feature one of our stories each week. Now, in the spirit and honor of Women's History Month, we are focusing on some of the lovely ladies and women in our lives that we know and or have admired or learned about. So today's We&Co Wednesday feature is actually going to be my mom. Her name is Stephanie Allison Seaton. She is a writer. Well, she wrote a memoir about my Nana. Well, she wrote a memoir about her life and about her taking care of my nana, what it was like to be the caretaker to a mom, to her mother. So she had been working on a book called Moments with Mom, where she was journaling every day of what life was like being a caretaker to her mother in her golden years while also um, becoming an elder herself. This project started back in 2020, actually. 2020 was when she decided to start journaling, and you'll learn more about where the inspiration came from in the video. Um, but we just really wanted to share my mom's story with you all today because it's just important to, share her story, speak her name. Um, yeah. So here is Moments with Mom.
Moments with Mom is a journey of love, a journey of compassion, a journey of patience, ultimately just loving more deeply, loving more completely. And I don't know anyone more deserving of that than my mother. I come from a big family. My mother is the oldest of 12. And we hand down stories all the time. I tell my children stories that my mother told me or that my grandparents told me. I'm hoping that others will see this as a way to connect and to leave a legacy behind regarding their loved ones. And that's why it's a memoir of my life with my mother, of my moments with my mom since she's come to live with me. But I reflect back on things from childhood. But it's a memoir, but it's written in the style of a journal. So I want individuals to feel the freedom to engage with moments with mom, to jot down if it jogs your memory of something that you can reflect on. So you're creating your own moments within Moments with Mom. If you're in a situation where you're a caregiver of someone who needs assistance, if you're in a relationship where you are cohabitating with someone, it requires patience. It requires compassion. I think we're all called to love at a deeper level. So no matter how right we think we're doing things, we can always do more. We can always love more. And I think no better subject of my love than my mom. There'll be a written record of my mom. And I think even as I shared with her siblings or her nieces or her grandchildren, this Moments with Mom project, everyone was so excited because it's a legacy. It's something that can be left for generations and generations and generations to come.
All right, we are back. That was the story of Moments with Mom's creation. And man, if we were going to talk about women during Women's Day, there is no way that we were not going to highlight Mama Steph and just all the amazing work that she's done just through the book, but honestly, just for people overall, is something that we should talk about. And I think that I hope everybody talks about and share. So I really want to talk a little bit more about this particular story and why it's so important that we share our family story. And I don't just mean us singularly, but I mean everybody. I think as we get older and families start to move and grow and get bigger, that some of these stories start to get lost. Like they'll be passed down from one generation, but the second
Mhm.
generation may lose it, or the third generation, but eventually they start losing out. And I, th- I believe that it's important that we share these. But before I go into my answer, let me ask you that why it is so important that we share the stories of our families, especially of your close family, like your mom and your dad and all those people.
It's in store. It's important because that's how legacy is preserved and how legacies live on. And it's how the people we love live on, how their memories live on, the essence of who they are um, lives. I think we all want to be remembered, especially by the people that we loved and that love us, which is why it's so important with the work that we do. But this, this story, what made this story and this project even more important now is, my mom was working on Moments with Moms for a little over 2 years. Back in 2022, she actually passed away right before we could actually publish the book. So, but it was something we were working on together. So I would take photos of the moments that she would be writing about, and we would talk about, book design, and, she would share just little moments with me throughout the day that was just really special. So while she was creating these moments and documenting these moments with her mom, I was able to witness my mom being a caretaker to her mom. And it was just a really special thing to witness. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. My mom had her own ailments herself, and being a caretaker is not for everyone.
Mhm.
But my mom, like she said in the video, like doesn't she considered it such an honor to be able to do that for my nana. My nana is still here. She is still living. She moved to South Carolina. But even while during the creation of the book, you know, we were able to have our own bonding time, and I was able to learn a lot more about her and her story, and more about my nana as well, and hear stories about my great grandparents and different family members. And like she had mentioned, how our stories are really our treasures, and they really are passed down. And I remember growing up in South Carolina, and growing up and spending my summers in South Carolina, and our family just sitting at a table. Like, we didn't really
Mm.
have TVs on. Like, we just sat and talked. We're a family full of talkers. Jordan knows.
Mhm.
Um, so after my mom passed, it became even more pressing for me to be like, okay, the book has to finish. I have to. It's a way to honor her life, her story, her legacy, and I promised her that I was gonna definitely see it through. So if that video really did resonate with you, I hope it did. But the book will be coming this year. We are in the works. We have the book cover designs finished, and we're just finishing out things. But I really wanted to feature the story today because, again, the more we talk about the people we love, um, the easier it is. Sometimes people pass and you don't hear about them, and people don't talk about them. But that will not be the case with my mom. Like, that was my mother. So I will always speak her name, and I will always share her story and tell her story. So this is a part of that. So that is why it's important, because my mom passed down these stories as a memoir for her life, but also for they're for my nana too. We're
Mhm.
introducing the world to my nana, Patricia Shell, and introducing the world to my mom, Stephanie Allison Seaton. So it's just a way to leave your mark. And what better the way to leave your mark than in the written word?
Yeah.
And it just being, it's out there now. It's out in the atmosphere.
Mhm. And it's preserved for history. I mean, here we are in Women's History Month, so we shouldn't have to really speak of the importance of just the historical aspect. But I do think it's worth noting that, uh, yeah, if your mom didn't record these stories, if she didn't write them down, or she wasn't willing to share them openly and publicly, yeah, she may have shared them with you, but what happens to the generations that are coming who should know her story, who should know your Nana's story? And for, I would say, the first time in the history of the world, doing that is possible for the average person. You don't have to be a billionaire, millionaire to be able to publish a book. You just
Hmm.
have to want to do it.
Yeah.
You just have to put the energy into doing it. And your mom was just so fiercely dedicated to doing it. And the way that she ended up doing it was just so unique. I remember when she first told us about it,
Mm,
and immediately I was like, that is a great idea. Like, why has nobody really just done that? Because one, it just makes it, through the stories you get to read about and hear, it's going to stir things up in you, stir up stories in you that you're going to be able to relate to. It's going to hopefully inspire you to go make some more memories because, yeah, you realize, man, time
mhm,
flies.
yeah,
You know, you go from being a little kid running around your parents' house, driving them crazy, and them driving you crazy, to taking care of them. And all the stories that come between all of that are the things that make our life, that make that life worth living.
mm,
And she just captured that in just such a beautiful way that, as storytellers, oh, I mean, it was inspirational, I would say, for us, and it really emphasized the importance of doing it. So I I love just that she did it. I mean,
mhm.
that alone, the stories by themselves are, they'll make you laugh, they'll make
Mm,
you
cry,
cry, you're gonna
yeah.
feel everything because it's a reflection of true life. Uh, but what I really, really loved about it is how she did it,
Mhm,
is that diary style
yeah.
of doing it. And that actually does kind of lead me to that second question here. I don't know if you want to ask it, or if you care if I ask it, but what stands out to you about this particular approach to storytelling, about how she utilized
Mm.
the diary style to share the stories?
So, yeah, what stood out was there was well, let me back up. We always like to say there are so many different ways to tell a story. Some people are best, through written words. Some are best on camera. Some are best just recording their voice. It's really up to each person. But when my mom so actually the backstory really was how she would go to work every day and tell her coworkers like, "Hey, guess what mom did?" or "This is what mom did today." And she called Facebook or whatever it is. And so she would tell her coworkers, and her coworker was like, "You should start writing these moments down. Like you should really start." And this was coming off us coming back to see. We saw Oprah back in 2020, right before the shutdown, and that's a whole nother story in itself. But there was all these series of events that really inspired her and led her to create moments with mom before she even put a name to it. And she would tell me how even the journaling in itself, not only for preserving, um, not only about writing about her experience, but how journaling in itself was very therapeutic for her,
Mm,
because at the same time, she was also coping with caring for her mother.
mm,
Because like,
mhm.
once you're out of the house and you're grown, like, I knew I couldn't live with my mom again after a certain time. So, it was oh, you put that little super up? That's nice. I
Yeah,
just I just peeped
little
that.
things every week, something new.
But yes, so how the journaling in itself was very therapeutic, but that was a way that worked for her. A lot of time people think, "Oh, I wanna write a book, I wanna write a story, and it has to be in this format." But she found a way that really worked for her, and that was very unique to her, and it was multi-purpose.
Mm,
And not only that, like she mentioned, this is a memoir. It's also the story of her mother, but this is also a book for caretakers, a book for the people that, um, whether you're working in the elderly community with seniors or just in disabled communities in general. Like the book isn't just for mother daughters. Like her goal was for people to be able to find different parts to identify with. And there's a lot of healing things in there too in itself. So just I think that was like the unique part was that I kept telling her like, "Mom, you get to make the rules. Like you make the rules. You do what works well for you." So I think that was what I really appreciated about her approach to it, because it just made it way more personal
mhm.
and vulnerable.
Yeah. No,
So I think
I 100% agree. It's if you guys are lucky enough, maybe you'll get to hear a passage. I don't know how much time we got today, but just her style of writing is so relatable. Uh that diary style, it's not like this educational type thing. It really is almost as if you're reading into the diary, but it's also directed at you, is just such a unique way to approach that form of storytelling, something that I hadn't seen or experienced before. And it really leaves you wanting to know, yeah, what's the next moment you have with
Mhm.
mom?
Yeah.
It really leaves you wanting to get to know mom more, you
Yeah.
know, and I just thought that was so special. And when you really hear it and you get to read the words, it brings it back to life. It really brings that life back, you know?
Mhm.
And I really hope that we all take time to preserve even the small memories, the things that we think are maybe insignificant, those little things that make you chuckle or that make you stop and go,
Mhm.
those things we move past so quickly because life just is coming at you so fast, left and right. And because she was intentional with sitting down and writing those little incidents, those things that made her chuckle, those things that made her irritated, you get to relate to that. You get to
Mhm.
grow from it. You get to learn from her experiences with that as well. And I just think that is just such a gift. Just such a gift. Yeah, Haley, such a beautiful gift
Mm.
uh, that you're able to leave with people. And
Mm.
yeah, I aspire that hopefully we get to do that same thing for folks. That we help people preserve these memories that uh, may get lost if you don't.
Yeah.
So, no, I absolutely love that. Uh, well, the next question here is honestly a pretty straightforward one. What's next for the story? I know you talked about it a little bit more,
Mhm.
but what do you hope for from this book? Where do you want it to go? Where do you want to see it? Uh, yeah, what do you talk to us?
What is next for Moments with Mom, a memoir by Stephanie A. Seaton? It's actually no, it's Moments with Mom, A Journey of Love is the subtitle. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so what's next is really getting it published, and I'm in contact with someone who helps people publish books, but it's just the little things like we got to write about the author, just the smaller things. So we have all the journal entries. Right before my mom passed, she had just gotten the final edits back for the book, so all of that was solidified. It was just the little things like acknowledgments, dedication. So this was back in 2022. And, I'm finally in a place now where I feel like, you know what, I can do this. I can finish, I can take the next steps that's needed to really bring this to life because it's been sitting on my heart heavy. Like I have to get this done. Um, Not just in honor of her, but I want my Nana to be able to physically hold this book
Mm.
because my Nana hasn't read the book, y'all. I mean, she's only heard a couple entries. And you know how time is just so fleeting and precious. So definitely getting on finishing to get those next steps. We have to finish, we still have to do like the book design. But aside from the design aspect of it, we really want this to be in the hands of senior centers. We want to do I say we as in my family, because one of my mom's visions was to have like a book signing or a book reading at Grace Manor Bread and Breakfast.
Mm.
Grace Manor Bread and
Great
Breakfast
place.
in York
Great.
is great, great place. Doing something there. She had a lot of connections in the York community, and a lot of people were following her story and her journey. So I want to continue to, run that race for her when it comes to the book. Um, and also, we're gonna raise some money for publishing. Actually, like
Man, it ain't
yes,
free.
yes, it is
I
not. It is
wish.
not free, but we definitely raise some money to crowdfund to get the book published. And my mom said this all the time. Every time we talk about Moments with Mom, she's like, "It's gonna be a bestseller, and it's gonna be a part of."
I believe it. It
And it's
is.
going to be a part of Oprah's book club, and she's going to put it on her list for people to read because and the beautiful thing, not to go off on a tangent too much is I recently found my old phone with all these old text messages from my mom from like 2021 time frame, and we're talking about the book in these text message responses. And as I am now currently, trying to make sure I'm honoring the things that she would want and I'm trying to call to mind, some of the things we talked about when it pertained to what was going to be in the book. I was like, what should I write for the acknowledgments? Because I know there's a bunch of people she wanted to acknowledge, but very specifically, I found this text message. I recently
Oh,
found
that
my
coming
old
from.
phone with all these old text messages from my mom.
Sorry for the echo if you're getting that. Give us 1 second.
And we're talking about the book in these text message responses. And it's coming from the computer, but it's now currently, trying to make sure I'm honoring.
I tell you, it's just one of them days.
Just one of
Them days.
Oh wait, did I just do
Coming
something?
inside.
I just did something. Did I just freeze
Nah,
it?
just go. We'll figure it out.
Anyway, what was that? Oh, I found a text and she was saying how she wanted to do a special acknowledgement, basically letting Oprah know it was a story that Oprah shared about her and her mother that really inspired and resonated with my mom when we saw her at the Oprah 2020 Vision Tour. And so I was like, okay, I know for a fact that has to be in the book. So that was really nice to really come across. So, the hope is originally was planning for Mother's Day, but that's being pushed back just a little bit, hoping definitely by the end of the summer or early fall. So we'll definitely keep y'all posted with what is next. And again, if you missed our feature story today, you can also find it on our YouTube channel, and we're probably going to post it for Throwback Thursday tomorrow as well.
Oh yeah, it'd be good. All right, man. Anything else? What are we missing?
I did want to read.
Oh yeah, it's frozen. You could log in with that.
I did want to read a short excerpt from Moments with Mom.
This is exciting. Man, I don't know if I heard this one or not. I don't know what she's about to read, so I'm excited to hear it. But the few that I have heard have been, they will run the gambit. So if while you're listening to it, it sparks something, a memory for you from a moment with your mom, or even just a memory in general, let us know. Put it in the chat. Let us know what memories are sparking with you, and we'll be happy to share them if you want us to. But yeah, this is a special treat. You don't get to hear a whole lot of readings of this, so I'm excited to just hear a little bit more about it. Give us 1 second. Let's get it set up for you.
Okay, I got it here, I think. Oh, because it's not casting anymore.
Yeah. Yep. Technology. You gotta love it. I do. I actually do love it, even though it acts like however it wants to act half the time. Yeah, there we go. While we wait for that to load up, though, because I know we're getting a little long for today, just keep in mind, We&Co Wednesday is just one day out of the week. We do something every day of the week, with the exception of Saturday and Sunday that we take off, if that's all right with you. Monday, we do our word of the day. What was this Monday's word of the day? You really would think I'd have this down by now.
Antidote.
Antidote. You want to tell people what an antidote is? Y'all should be hearing us when we talk about the words of the day. It's always
He doesn't like my word of the day.
It's not that I don't like them, but sometimes I'm like,
the other week it was serendipity, and he was like,
Mm-hmm. But it's also fun. It's just a fun word. So antidote was our word of the day. BTS Tuesday.
We didn't do that.
Yesterday was a little bit of a busy day, so I'm sorry. I know y'all love BTS Tuesday, so we are definitely going to get back on to our BTS Tuesdays. We love them too, but yeah, sometimes we just got to work. And one day we'll have a nice intern or a social media manager who do all of this, and then we won't ever miss a day, I promise. But thank you for bearing with us. So we will definitely get back on BTS Tuesday next week. And then today, obviously, is We&Co Wednesday. So thanks for joining us for that. Tomorrow will be our Throwback Thursday. And then Friday is the ever popular Free Write Friday. I don't remember the one from last week, but the nice thing with Free Write Friday is we'll give you a prompt and you just get to write to it. Whatever inspires you to write. If you feel obliged and comfortable to share it with us, please do. If you feel even comfortable enough to allow us to share it with everybody else, just give us that note and maybe we'll actually read it during one of our We&Co Wednesdays. We love to do that. We love to share people's stories. So if you write something you're comfortable with us sharing it, definitely let us know that because we will be happy to come out and just read it and read it out. And sometimes we do nice little, what do you call them? Photo essays, essentially, where we will put your photos. If you send us some photos to go with your story, we'll take your photos, we'll put it to your story, and then you actually have this nice photo essay that you get to share and preserve and keep for yourself. So, we're all about preserving our memories and making sure they last. So if you do that, we'll make sure to try to do something for you as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Feeling good?
Yeah.
No, your eyes are better than mine. I'm getting old. I don't know at what age your sight starts going, though I did just hear today that
Jordan.
carrots helps. So I need to eat more carrots, but I can't see a thing anymore. It's crazy.
Okay.
Oh, you good? You got it?
Yes.
Oh, no. All right. It's okay.
All right. So this entry is called "Getting Mom's Room." Let me rewind. This entry is called "Getting Mom's Room Ready." This was one of the first entries that she wrote, and this just talks about what it sounds like getting my Nana's room ready at my mom's home. I wish the room was bigger. If you knew Mom, though, the bigger the room, the more space for Mom to fill every square inch of it. So a day bed it is. I tried different mattresses to get the perfect one. A tall bookshelf is a must because Mom loves to read. Growing up, Mom always had books in the house. To this day, she purchases books, magazines, and she can't walk past any pamphlets or brochures without bringing them home, too. So, yes, a bookcase will do nicely in Mom's room. Mom has an extra tall oak chest of drawers that she insists on bringing. After all, she is being uprooted from the home she has known for the last 17 years to a different state. She was living with my other aunt. So, yes, she definitely gets to bring the big, extra tall oak chest of drawers. My children remember this piece of their Nana's furniture. It is very nostalgic. It's here. It's her familiar. Then there is the powder blue chair that I gave her some years back that goes in her room just because I like it. And I hope she will sit in it and not pile clothes on it. She indeed piled clothes on it. Mom always loves art. So she has paintings that she will never quite get around to hanging up. And in particular, there is a black and white print of an older woman combing a little girl's hair. This is reminiscent of my grandmother doing me and my sister's hair when we were little girls. My big sisters already claimed that piece of painting for her inheritance. Then there is a sketch of my younger sister drew of my daughter, Cherie, as a toddler, sitting on my grandfather's lap. So I guess my younger sister will probably lay claim to this, and that's fine. I can't help but think about these things as I hang these pictures. Next, it's a picture of my grandparents and one of her with her sisters. I think Mom will be surprised to see the pictures on her wall. Getting the room ready was a family affair, and everyone came out to add their touch of what Mom/Nana would want. Mom's room is ready.
Loved it. That was a special reading of Moments with Mom from Shelby Wormley, the daughter of Stephanie Seaton, who wrote that wonderful passage. And thank you for sharing that. I remember we took care of my great grandmother and getting her space ready. She didn't have a whole room, but even just getting her space ready was just such a transformative moment of just like, man, life is about to change for them and us, but a good change. We had so much fun from that. And I know that they had so much fun together, whether I love going over because whenever we would go for dinner, there'd be 2 meals because your mom was cooking and Nana was cooking. So there's going to be plenty of good food. But oh my gosh, yeah, all the times you went over to help your Nana clean her room.
Yeah,
That's
that
what I
room,
really thought
that
of as
room
you
we
were
had to
reading
get
that.
ready. Had to clean it a lot.
Yeah, she wasn't playing about those clothes.
And her clothes, yeah.
That's
yeah.
not just Nana's though. I have us
Oh,
too.
and
So we get
the whole
ours.
book thing, like, yep, she's gonna grab any magazine tabloid and never read it, but don't ask to read it because she's reading it eventually. Yeah. So that was little excerpt from Moments with Mom. The book is gonna have about, so altogether, fun fact too, altogether there are about 50 journal entries. And the goal is we're gonna publish the book as is, as my mom had it, to honor what her original vision was. But we actually were talking about doing different editions. So like a first, second, third edition. So we'll be able to add in different entries. And the beautiful thing my mom did, she actually collected journal entries from some of her friends as well, of moments with their mom. So in the, next coming years, we also plan to put that book out as well. So it truly is a journey. And her whole desire was for people to love more deeply. And that's what she was able to really do. Because after a while, she stopped journaling and she just started being in the moment with Nana. Like, she was like, I was so tired today. I didn't feel like writing, but I'm starting to realize, this isn't, I'm not doing this just to write. I'm doing this to be with my mom, to have these experiences. So I was really happy that it's just a very special thing. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the future of what this will be, and just to finally feel like, you mom, like, you did it,
Yeah, put it out
And we
more.
got to get this book in Oprah's hands, okay? Like, that's the goal. It's going to be a New York Times bestseller, and we got to get it in Oprah's hands. Oprah's book club.
Oprah's book club. Well, thank you guys so much, and gals so much for joining us today, for sitting with us through our WE&Co Wednesday. What a special day it's been for us. So, and really appreciate it for all of you joining us, whether it was for a minute or whether it was for the whole thing. Shout out to Haley, who's been through this whole thing.
Haley, you the real MVP.
Right.
Thank you.
We will
Your words are so
100% make
sweet.
sure everybody knows, and definitely that Haley, as well, when this book's about to come out, because it's going to be a
bestseller.
So get your copies early.
Oh yeah, and there's going to be a journal as well that goes with it, and a lot of good stuff. And you can also follow the page Moments with Mom, A Journey of Love on Facebook. I'll be adding some updates to that soon. And this really did my heart some good, because I was like, we got to kind of get moving forward. And like I said earlier, it was a little hard to touch the project just because it was just so close, and I wasn't ready then, but I'm super ready now. And I'm really excited for you all to experience Moments with Mom, A Journey of Love. And also turn on your notifications. I don't know what was I about to say. Turn on your notifications if you would like to stay up to date for when we all go live. Again, where we meet here every Wednesday. Time varies.
Point in the day.
Anywhere between 4:30 and 6:30.
We try to give like a 30 minute.
We try to be consistent. Just bear with us, y'all. And again, if there's any topics or subjects you guys would like to hear or talk on, definitely send them our way. And again, Jordan, you already went over like tomorrow's Throwback Thursday, Free Write Friday. Jordan's Free Write Friday at 12 o'clock. Well, 12-ish. How our company work on CB time too. Okay, anyway, 12-ish, I'll be releasing a writing prompt as well. So that's all we got for today. Oh yeah, and next Wednesday is World Storytelling Day. So we have something special, possibly, on Wednesday.
I love you.
I said possibly.
Anyway, also, if you want to connect with us, you're already following us, hopefully, on our social pages. WE&Company 19 on Instagram, WE&Company on Facebook. You also follow us on YouTube. We are trying to get our YouTube followers up, so shoot over to YouTube, look us up, WE&Company. Just shoot us a follow, subscribe if you're really down.
Subscribe.
Turn on those notifications if you're about it. And also, you can check us out on WeShareYourStories.com if you're interested in sharing your own story, or if you know anybody who wants to share a story, we'd be happy to sit down and talk with them. And other than that, we really hope that you're doing something good for yourself today. And if you're not, you still have time left in the day to do that. So do something. I don't care what it is. Something good for yourself. Even if it's just give yourself a hug. Do something.
And remember, we said it earlier, we'll say it again. every day may not be good, but there is good in every day. You weren't gonna join me? I thought I was
Oh,
you were gonna say it with
no,
me.
I was
It's
really
just always
listening. I
more
was absorbing
powerful.
it. Oh yeah.
Okay. Every day may not be good, but there is
There's
good in
good
every
in
day.
every day. Oh,
No,
now
too
you
late.
didn't want me to join
It's
you
too
now?
late now.
You say-
They've already got it.
Thank you. Have a great night, good people, and we will see you same day next week.
Same day. Same day next week. Take care, y'all.